Want to know how such different things as tombs or rules and a paintbrush fit together? I'm talking to long-time board gamer and part of the Swedish national team of Blood Ball, Christian, and he will tell us about it.
Hi guys.
Hi, my name is Jon, and on this channel we're serious about games and play. And I'm here at the Swedish gaming convention Lincoln, and I'm joined here by Christian, or as is known in these circles, Coma, member of the Swedish national team of Blood Bowl. And we're talking about Blood Bowl in another video, but today I want to ask about the big spectrum of activities that's involved in Blood Bowl. So it's everything from painting miniatures to reading rules and getting the best strategies out of those rules. And I hope this interests you, and if you like it, remember to subscribe. That way you can get information about every future video. The button is down below.
Oh, it's there. Right. Okay.
I think it's there.
Could be. Yep.
So, I would say the main activities that goes into this is painting figures. It's actually playing the game, but it's also preparing for the game. Meaning reading up on the rules and deciding on your team and those kind of things. For me, that's the three main things that I can see.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
No, you got the bigger picture.
And then I guess the first question needs to be, which one do you prefer?
Well, I usually tend to be like 60-40 gaming, competitive gaming, and 40% painting, because I love that as well. I'm not as good at it, but I'm trying to be better. And I think that it's fun as well. So for me, it's two hobbies: playing and painting, and that could also be.
But when you say 60% competitive gaming, you are talking both about preparing for the game and the actual playing of the game, right?
Yes.
And are these two different things for you?
Yes, it is. Just playing regularly in a league based when we're talking Blood Bowl, or one-off games in other games like Infinity we mentioned in the past. It's more or less just for fun, but also learning by doing that. But when I prepare for going for a big tournament, I usually play exactly the list I'm trying to take to that tournament. I have read the rules about it, I have done my math calculations, my assumption of the meta gaming that's going to be at that event, and I'm trying it out for my weaknesses. So I play friends who has as good as me or much better, and trying to iron out my kinks in my lists, or how to say.
So when you're going to a tournament, can you walk us through the whole process of going to the tournament? Kind of starting at the very beginning.
Yeah, I was playing NAF Championship. It's a UK-based tournament. It's a major tournament in Blood Bowl each year. I played that last weekend, and in December my preparations for it started. Like, what team is on?
Last weekend, meaning we're in May now, middle of May. So almost half a year.
Yeah, almost half a year. I play. Usually, I play one tournament each month, but this is a big one, and it's a lot of big names playing that tournament. It was 192 coaches there playing, so that's quite a lot.
And coaches is a name you give to players, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So coaches means player for people who are not into the game.
Exactly. It's a sports game, so you are coach of your team when you play it, so to speak. So I was trying to figure out how I'm going to go there, which people, living arrangements, everything like that, because that's quite a lot of planning to make that happen. And then you go into the game itself, like what list I'm going to play and why. So you start with the rules. And
when you say list, there's a setting to Blood Bowl. So it's a game with a world connected to it. So there's this fantasy world, and you have to decide if you're going to play the humans or the elves or the orcs and so on, right?
Yeah, exactly like that. And it's 24 different.
That's the first decision you make.
Yeah, that's the first one, and that is always based on other things like the rules of this tournament, but also as I'm playing in the Swedish national team, what teams do I want to play in that tournament? That's the Euro Bowl. So one of those teams is good for me to play at other tournaments just to get practice in, get my ranking in, so I will be in the team also for this year or maybe also for the next year, depending on when the tournament is. This year's NAF C, as we call it, NAF Championship, is eligible for...
NAF is NAF, right?
Yeah, it's NAF, it's National American Football. It's the guys who does the ranking for Blood Bowl worldwide, and you need to be ranked when it's competitive gaming. So, but it's a good tournament. I went 3-1-2. That's 3 wins, 1 tie, and 2 losses.
Yeah.
So it's all right. It's not overly good in a competitive sense, and I played Dark Elves. And the reason behind that is
sorry,
I'm playing Dark Elves for the Euro Bowl for the national team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this decision was made. The NAF tournament. When is that compared to the Euro Bowl in time?
The Euro Bowl is always in the fall, so it's on October or in November. And
in the beginning of the year, you're choosing a team that you're going to play with for the NAF championship. And you do small tournaments before that when you get to train with this team up until the NAF tournament.
Yeah.
And then after the NAF tournament, people kind of know you playing with that one, and that affects how you get to play in the Euro Bowl in the fall.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Sort of. This year, actually, we for the Swedish team, we will get ranked each year, and we will see if we get in. So we have a ranking system that's a performance rating based on your ranking and how did you play in each tournament. That's a bit more complicated than I can explain now, but it's a web page for it. Maybe we can link it below.
Yeah, sure.
So you could see it. But I played in the last year in the Euro Bowl for Sweden, and we played in Porto in Portugal.
Nice place. So, I love it.
Yeah, that's. I don't like the sun, but I love Portugal. It's
and Porto is really nice.
Yeah, it's really.
That's
really
a side note.
You should go there.
Yeah. It's a really nice place.
Yeah, it's really good. And we played. I played Undead that year because I'm a bash coach for you Blood Bowlers out there. Cheer for that. And that
meant
October.
Nothing to me.
Yeah. I usually play Undead races or evil ones. I'm not an evil person though. I hope I'm a nice guy. Hopefully. Well, that was in October last year, so I played Undead, and then I have played one tournament, Blood Bowl, each month since then. So I played a Stockholm tournament in November. I played in Ludvika, if you know that, a small town, Sweden. In December, I was in Umeå, it's a north city in Sweden. In January, I was in Manchester playing a big tournament. It's called Water Bowl. It's really, really fun. Some guys are watching. Love you guys. Coming back next year. And that was good also. I played Dark Elves there. 402, so nice. And then I've been to Oslo, a couple other places in Sweden, and also now Nottingham. We're going to Warhammer World and everything. We don't play at Warhammer World, but well, if you're in Nottingham, you go to Sherwood Forest or you go to Warhammer World, or both, maybe.
Depending on who you are. For you are not the Warhammer World people. The Warhammer World is... I don't know. I would call it an amusement park almost. It's a place where Games Workshop show off their models from their world called Warhammer, and of course this is the company making the game Blood Bowl as well.
Yeah, and for a lot of us, it's called doing a pilgrimage to the center of what you're playing. Actually,
I must admit I've been there as well.
Yeah. So I go there every year. It's a nice place. They have not just nerdy stuff, and they also have some limited things that you can only buy there. So that's for us collectors.
But now we talked a lot about gaming.
Yep.
And the ranking and all those things. And it seems like this is very central to you. But there is this completely other side, the painting of models, which is not competitive at all. How does it fit in?
It can also be competitive. That's the thing.
Okay, it can be competitive. Is it competitive for you?
For me, it's not. I think it's two sides of that coin. It's what you call tabletop level of painting. That could be really awful. just to be able to put your minis on the table. To play with them.
Usually there's a rule, something like you have to have 3 different colors on your models, so that you have some kind of basic, everything looks at least painted.
Yeah, exactly. That's the low standard.
Having said that, your stuff is really nice.
It's
so you're putting a lot of energy, much more energy into it than you need to do.
I'm usually trying to do high tabletop standard. So it's nice to put on the table, but I won't cry blood if I tip one over like that. So
of course, if you tip one over, it can chip the paint, and then a beautiful paint job can be destroyed. So I see a point there.
Exactly.
But you're calling what you're doing tabletop standard?
Yes, I am. So
because it's not competitive, or because you're not kind of aiming to be the best, or?
Well, I'm aiming to be better, of course, but I would probably not win.
But that is not, of course. That's my point. You're saying I'm aiming to be better, of course.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who don't care at all about that.
Yeah, because they don't think it's fun, but I do.
So how does it fit in? How does it fit in? Because the gaming, the competitive gaming is so completely different from the kind of artistic approach to painting.
Yeah, I think it's and this is one thing we really have in common, you and me, the reenactment. Maybe you can explain that, but that's a lot of crafting.
I haven't gone into reenactment at all, and I don't have a plan on doing that at this moment. But I will do it in the future, definitely.
But in short, doing like medieval things by hand, as they did back in the days.
I think this needs a bit more explaining, because when Coma is talking about reenactment, he's talking about recreating historical clothing, mostly from the 14th century, and you're really good at that also. So this is also a big hobby for you, even though that one is a hobby. And not kind of a competition in the same way, but I think you treat it as an art, and that's where you want to compare it to your painting, right?
Yes. It's the craft thing of me sitting down, having an idea, and bringing it to something that I could see that is done, that I'm pleased with, and that's probably better than my last project. So.
But what is that give you satisfaction in that?
It's a creative process, and also creating something from almost nothing.
Is it a creative process, meaning going there, or is it having it done and seeing it?
It's both for me. It's both. Just having nothing and buying some minis, having an idea, maybe converting, maybe painting only. But when I can see it done, and the idea usually gets better when I'm done than it was when I started, and that's quite a feeling to have.
And is this similar to your feeling when gaming? Because in gaming you're taking a list, even though you're not creating anything in that way. At some point you are, because you're deciding on tactical ways of treating this list. That's gonna bring you to a way of going to victory. Is that the same feeling?
It's a similar feeling, but I wouldn't say the same.
So there is a likeness between, not the same, but there is a likeness between arts or crafts and sports.
Yeah, it could be. You have a start.
I'm stretching it a bit here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but you start with an idea, and you want to do a list that's really good. And if you do a list that's just good, then you probably won't gonna win that much. But if you do a list that's good against what you're gonna face, and being sneaky about it, more often than not, you need to put in something that's sneaky that people I'm not used to playing against or whatever, and then it's come to fruition when you're done, if you did good. But always with gaming, it's dice. So and I think that's a good thing about it. I can be a better player than me, but because of dice.
But I think we kind of went the whole trip now from the sport of playing the game to the art and how they fit together, and there actually is something that even makes these very different activities into not the same, but at least a bit similar. So I hope you learned something new from this video. If you did and you liked it, please like the video. If you don't, it's fine to not like it as well. That way I know which videos you like and which ones you don't like. And please tell me in the comments if there's something you want to add to this. I would love to hear from you. But above all, subscribe. This is a new channel, and there's nothing that's as important to a new channel as subscriptions. So please, the button is down below, click on it, and that way you will know about any future updates as well. Alright, I hope you liked it, thanks for listening, and see you around.
Later.